This is CNN Breaking News.
Hello, I'm Catherine Callaway at the CNN Center in Atlanta. Just days before South Africa holds its first multi-race elections, at least one bomb exploded today in downtown Johannesburg. CNN's Marc Watts is live in Johannesburg with the latest. Mark?
Right, Catherine, an explosion that has sort of disrupted the pre-election calm here in Johannesburg. CNN does confirm one person dead, 26 injured, 5 of those seriously injured in a bombing that occurred about 2 hours and 20 minutes ago in downtown Johannesburg, about 2 or 3 miles from here. CNN's Peter Arnett is live on the scene. Peter, come in. What can you tell us?
Yes, well, Mark, it does look like downtown Beirut down here, certainly one block, and earlier there were wounded people lying on the streets. There was glass. The explosion burst, water mains inside the buildings. The spray was flying, and there were police sirens. A police spokesman, Colonel Steve Senekal, has just told us that the bomb was a car bomb, probably 75 to 100 kilos. That's about 200 pounds of explosion. That is a huge blast. It was just around the corner from the headquarters of the African National Congress. A police spokesman earlier had told us that they had no doubt in their minds that the ANC headquarters was the target, so you could only speculate if that bomb had actually, if that car had been able to get close to the shell house where the ANC headquarters are. As it was, there were at least 26 or even more wounded. One was killed, as you said. The army has moved into the center of downtown Johannesburg. There are barricades all over the place. There are people are moving on foot, but there is no traffic, vehicle traffic anywhere in the downtown area. It is sort of like a war zone. Back to you, Mark.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Catherine, most of the buildings and offices in downtown Johannesburg were closed at the time, but an African National Congress spokesman does tell us an ANC voter registration program was scheduled to begin at the time the bombing occurred at the ANC regional headquarters, and as Peter told us, it occurred near a building called Shell House. That is where the ANC headquarters are located. The spokesman for the ANC also has been quoted as saying it was an act of people who did not want the election process to continue. The incident is a marked departure from the calm that we have seen in the last week since the Inkatha Freedom Party led by Mangosuthu Buthelezi joined election. Reports in reaction to the bombing are coming in from throughout the South Africa area. Let's listen in now to what Archbishop of South Africa Desmond Tutu has to say about this latest incident of violence.
It's a dastardly act, but I hope very much that we will not panic. And as long as the security forces show that they are going to be effective in following up all of this kind of thing, we should be saying, quite obviously, there are those who want to subvert and sabotage the effort, and we mustn't allow them. First of all, we mustn't panic, and we must go along, because there isn't as much violence as they had hoped was going to be. And I just beg our people to remain calm and to let the security establishment deal with it. We are going to vote, and these elections are going to be free and fair, and so there to all those ghastly creatures who are trying to subvert us. We are not going to allow them to do that.
Reaction there from Archbishop of South Africa Desmond Tutu. The blast coincided with the last official day of campaigning here in the first all-race elections in South African history. And as we have been saying throughout much of the morning, it is a marked departure from the pre-election calm we have seen. Yesterday, there was an explosion near a rural area about 50 miles south of Johannesburg. No one was injured in that bombing, but police highly suspect white extremists in that bombing. There is no speculation so far as to who is responsible for this bombing. Let's listen now to an eyewitness report of the car bomb and what it actually looked like at the time it occurred.
We only thing we saw the police search the car here. After the police searched the car, they went over, they parked down there, and about 3 minutes later the explosion came.
You said the police were here and they searched the car?
They searched the car, yeah, right here.
And the car came through?
The car, yeah, they left the car and the car parked there. It was about 5 minutes, I'll say 3 to 5 minutes, and the explosions came.
Once again, Catherine, a scene of great chaos in the downtown Johannesburg city center area, about 2 or 3 miles from us here from the South African Broadcasting Center. near the downtown Johannesburg. CNN once again confirms 1 dead, 26 injured, 5 of those injured. Excuse me, Catherine. We do now have a confirmed update that 4 people are dead, 26 injured, and 5 of those seriously injured in a car bombing that occurred about 10 o'clock in the downtown Johannesburg city center area. We will update you with more information as it becomes available. This is Marc Watts reporting live downtown Johannesburg. Catherine?
I'm Ralitsa. Vassileva. We'll have continuous coverage from South Africa throughout the day and the week as the elections grow closer.